Hi there, I'm Randy Cross, and welcome to the Randy Cross Podcast. And yeah, if you keep track of these things, it's been a minute since we did one of these. Obviously, there's been a lot of things in general going on, so that's not an excuse, that's a fact. But I want to take some time right now to sort of thank some people. Andrew Doyle, Whitney Doyle, Ray Hems, the heart and soul of what puts this whole thing together. I want to thank them. Whitney and Andrew are going to be making a little bit of a change in their lives, which will necessitate a little bit of change here, but we have every intention of moving forward with this podcast. May not be exactly the same as you see, but like I said, we have every intention of moving forward with this and sort of keeping things the same. You know, we'll have the same feel-good stories. I'll sprinkle in the Randy Eats. We'll talk about sports. We'll even have an occasional Randy Eats interview with a chef or somebody like that. I want to keep enjoying what this is, and hopefully you'll enjoy it too. And as always, if you have any input, please send it our way. We're more than willing to kind of adapt and adjust to what's going on. All right, well, let's get this one going, and it's going to start with the sports. In the world of sports, specifically football, college football played their final game. The national championship game last Monday night was in Miami, highly anticipated. You'd had Notre Dame and Clemson, as well as Ohio State and Alabama, playing their little tournament. Well, the little final was held Monday night, and it wasn't real competitive. Alabama showed to be one of the most dominant teams many of us have ever seen. Nick Saban wins his 7th national championship. There wasn't much that Ohio State could do about it. They are a pretty good football team. But Alabama with Devontae Smith and everything else about that team, Mac Jones, the offensive line who won the Joe Moore Award, the defense that's so exemplary. Nick Saban cemented his title as the winningest college football coach in history. And I mean winningest, I mean championships, because that to me is the only thing that really matters. He may eventually be the all-time winner in number of wins, but with 7 national championships, he sits alone. And congratulations to congratulations to the Crimson Tide. And for those of you that are college football fans and wonder, they ain't done. He ain't done. It's going to be like this for a short period of time still, because he and that program live up to their own standard, and that's the only standard they care about. Congratulations to Nick Saban and the Crimson Tide. All right, now let's go to the NFL. And in the NFL, this has been a pretty cool postseason. In a season that was crazy, you know, with the testing and the COVID and the no fans and everything else. The NFL did something not of their usual ilk. They adjusted, they expanded, they were open-minded. So they added a playoff team on the wild card level. So there were now 14 playoff teams in the NFL. And as you know, only one bye, so only the number 1 seeds on both sides got their byes. So we're now down to the Final 4. And on the NFC side, it's going to be Tampa Bay and Green Bay. On the AFC side, it's going to be Kansas City and Buffalo. And these will be 2 amazing games. I'm really looking forward to Kansas City and Buffalo. But because of the expanded playoffs, for instance, here's what was our wild card round. And if you saw those games, you saw some really good games. You saw some teams that got in kind of at the last second that nearly overachieved. Cleveland would be in that category. You know, to me, the Titans were kind of in that category too, but the Ravens took them out in that first round. The NFC, was pretty close to form. And yeah, that's not a typo. And I know NFL fans are used to this by now, but if you're not a solid all-the-time NFL fan, there is a team out there called Football Team that plays in Washington. So don't be alarmed when you see that. Well, after this, okay, now we just came off of the Divisional Rounds, which was Saturday and Sunday. And they were, in some cases, good. In most cases, not so much. The game yesterday with Cleveland and Kansas City, 22-19. It was extremely exciting. It came down to the very, very end. I'm sorry, 22-17 was the final score. That was a great game. The other ones, Green Bay just overwhelmed. I mean, literally overwhelmed in their game. That's the best offense in the NFC without a doubt. And on the AFC side, well, Kansas City just never really allowed Cleveland to challenge them. So it was. It's going to be a fun weekend. The conference championship round is going to come up, and it's all leading up to Super Bowl 55. It's going to be down in Tampa. It's going to be a wonderful game, and you can see it on CBS. You can see a lot of other programming all over the Viacom CBS world. So enjoy. Super Bowl 55 will be pretty special after all this year of what we've been through. It's only fitting that this Super Bowl should be something very, very memorable and special. All right, and in the world of golf, and for those of you that like the islands of Hawaii, well, over on Oahu, that's right there next to Honolulu, right on the other side of Diamond Head is an area called Kahala. It's the Kahala Hilton, now the Kahala Hotel, and next to that is Wailea. And it's a beautiful golf course. How could it not be? It's in Hawaii. A lot of low scoring in this tournament. And the guy that came out on top is another one of those kind of really good guys from the PGA Tour. I mean, Zach Johnson, really good guy. But Kevin Na eventually won this tournament. And he was really talented. He had an incredible up and down on 18 to birdie and win by one. He finished real strong. He and Steele both shot 61 on Saturday. So, you know, Kevin Na earned his stripes, earned his trophy, earned his win. So now he's again a winner at the PGA level. All right, that'll do it for this edition of sports. Let's change up things a little bit and let's go to the feel-good story of the week.
This is the good news. This is the good news.
Time now for the feel-good story of the week. And as it seems every time we do one of these podcasts, we're thanking the Dodo. And the folks at the Dodo are something else. And as a former Golden Retriever owner, I had two Goldens when my daughters were really young, Casey and Willie. Special animals. And as you're going to see here, the only thing more special than a Golden Retriever at times is a rescue Golden Retriever. Check out this story.
This is who we are spending our quarantine with. This is Shamrock.
Shamrock was surrendered to the rescue because of some vision issues.
And she's a pretty healthy puppy otherwise.
I'm off work right now because of the virus, so we thought it'd be a good time to try to give back and foster. She really had no clue how to play. She would just bite their tails like a maniac. She wanted to be a part of the group so bad, but wasn't sure how, so she was a little left out at first.
You can't just look after her.
I think they're still a little skeptical of this new puppy around here.
Smelling butts?
She is about 13 weeks old now. Now the other two are really showing her how to play like a real Golden Retriever. How to roll in the mud, how to make a mess.
By the end of the day, they were allowing her to drink out of their water bowl together.
Julep loves Vito is kind of being more of the mama. So today is 2 weeks since we brought Shamrock home. She didn't really like being picked up or even held too much, but clearly 2 weeks in, that has really changed. We FaceTimed with her potential forever family yesterday, and they are coming to do a meet and greet. So likely they love her, which I think they will. She is going to be going home with them today. It has really been great to have her at home and a good distraction from everything that's going on. She is about to pull out of the driveway with her forever family, and I'm so happy for her. I'm just a little sad. They absolutely seem perfect, and she's gonna have 2 siblings there of the doggy kind and a human baby, so I think she's gonna love it.
All right, hope you enjoyed that. And like I said, the Dodo is an amazing, amazing site that does some really special work. And I know me and my family will always have a special place in our heart for those golden retrievers. All right, let's move right along and go to our final regular segment here of this podcast, and let's go to the Wambulance.
Bye-bye to the tears in your eye. You better grab your blankie and just squeeze it real tight. These people need to get a real life.
Yeah, the number one reason I want to include what you're going to see here is very simple. It's all about one word. And that's why. Why are we seeing pictures like this? Why are we seeing pictures of things happening in the Capitol in general, whether it's fences and soldiers and razor wire? I mean, there's a reason why, and it's maybe a question we don't ask enough, but why? Why is this happening? And I think we deserve an answer. I think we all deserve an answer. This isn't about being liberal or conservative or Republican or Democrat. It's about being American. And, you know, I think the one question that people have to ask more, or the one word they have to use more, is why? What's up with this? What happened here? Why? It's not real complicated. It wouldn't seem to be something that would baffle brains, so we definitely deserve an answer. And scenes like this lead people to start assuming, you know, that prepping and things like that and being prepared for these crazy times is warranted. But what's more warranted is, like I just said a few times, you gotta ask why. And I want to end this with a quote from Martin Luther King Jr. And it's a quote that I think fits us to a T right now. And his words were, "Our lives begin to end the day we become silent about the things that matter." So again, Martin Luther King Jr., our lives begin to end the day we become silent about the things that matter. And maybe also ends when we begin to stop asking why. I don't know. Give it some thought. Appreciate you watching. We'll remind you here how to find us on the internet. You know, the Randy Cross Podcast. You can go to randycross.com. You can go to Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, barnburner.ca, grillingtruth.com. If you have any questions, you direct them there at randycross.com. Hope you enjoyed this podcast, and we're going to be going away with the happy trails. Haven't seen this one in a while. Haven't seen these little lovely faces. But what do you say we go out with some pet fails? Happy trails.